Hey everybody, welcome back to Thursday Thoughts with Rito. Today I'm wondering, what is your one thing? And here's what I mean by that. I think almost all of us who are trying to follow Jesus still have something in our lives that we still kind of turn to or look to other than God. And to make my point, I want to share with you once again from 2 Kings. And this is actually a theme that's found throughout the Old Testament. The kings will be faithful in many ways, except for one thing, and it's usually involved with idol worship, where they don't remove like the high places where other people were following gods other than the real God, or going up to the north to worship the golden calves that Jeroboam had set up. And that's the case with this one guy, Jehu. So God raises him up to power in the northern kingdom, which by and large did not follow God as well. And in 2 Kings 9 and 10, he wipes out the family of Ahab, who had led Israel into even worse sin than they had ever been part of before, especially because of his wife Jezebel. Now, even those of you who may not have been around church for a minute, you've probably heard someone called a Jezebel. Like, it usually has like a southern accent, like that shameless Jezebel. But it's because these two were so wicked. So God raises up Jehu. He wipes out Ahab and Jezebel and their family. And he then goes through all of Israel and purges it of worship of the fake god Baal. What he didn't do, though, was remove those two golden calves in northern Israel. That was from way back in the day when Jeroboam first led Israel to separate from the southern kingdom of Judah right after Solomon. And those two calves became a snare for Israel for the rest of its days until they went into exile. But here's what God says about Jehu in 2 Kings 10. And this is in 30 through 32, I think it is. So he says, basically, I'm pleased with you. You did a great job. You followed my directions in wiping out Ahab and his family. You did awesome ridding the land of Baal worship. But it says he wasn't faithful in all things to obey the law of the Lord because he left those two golden calves in place. So my question for you and me, what's our one thing? What's the one thing that even if we're trying to follow God with all of our hearts, we're just missing? Maybe it's some of the things we watch. Maybe it's some of the things we listen to. Maybe it's the people we see, the company we keep. Maybe it's the pursuit of money. Maybe it's the pursuit of fame or popularity, of acceptance. I don't know what it is for you. I know what it is for me. I want us to be people who can lay those things down and who can follow after Jesus with our whole hearts. Just like it says about King David, that he was a man who followed after God with his whole heart. Sure, David messed up, but he came back to God. He repented and returned to God. Let's be those kind of people who turn to God, give him everything, and let God use us. So my friends, this day, lay down that one thing. Ask God to show you what it is if you're feeling really brave, and walk in the light of Jesus and be the light to the world around you.